Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this coaster bag. I made this little bag using cardstock and chipboard coasters. I'm going to do a lot of explaining because there is a lot to this little bag. So first thing you want to do is grab two chipboard coasters that are 4x4 like this. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut two pieces of cardstock at 2 inches by 4 inches. And then two pieces of designer paper at 2 inches by 4 inches. And you'll use this for your front and your back. What I did was I took our Nueva Chick designer paper and our In Francis background stamp, and I stamped the image on the top of the designer paper. And then I took the Beltoil stamps and stamped that image in basic gray ink on basic gray cardstock. I then sponged the edges all the way around to give it a finished look. I wanted it to have a very vintage feel to it. So you will, again, cut two pieces of designer paper at 2 inches by 4 inches and two pieces of cardstock at 2 inches by 4 inches. You will then place them on your cardstock or on your coaster like how I did here. I then took a piece of 5/8 satin very vanilla ribbon and I wrapped that around to cover up the seam of where the two pieces of paper meet up. I secured them on the back with glue dots. Then the next thing you want to do is cut two pieces of cardstock at 4 inches by 4 inches, and this is to cover the back of the coaster so your recipient cannot see that coaster. It'll give it a finished look. Before you attach the cardstock onto the coaster, you want to cut a little strip of ribbon to add in here as your handles. So you'll secure them with glue dots or sticky strip, whichever you prefer. And then you're going to snail down the 4x4 piece of cardstock. Remember, you need to cut two of these to do your front and your back, as I've done here. So you will have this so far. The next thing you want to do is I finished out decorating the front how I wanted it. I took one of our corduroy basic gray brads and ran this through this little ribbon bow that I created. And the ribbon bow is just pieces of ribbon folded over and secured with glue dots. And you can add as many layers as you want. I think this is a really very vintage feel look to it. And then to finish it off, I added two of our little pearls from our pretty kits with glue dots. Now comes the box part. You want to take a piece of cardstock and you want to cut it at 6 inches by 9 inches. And I did the basic gray because I wanted to keep with the color scheme. What you want to do is take your cardstock and turn it the long way. And then you're going to score it at 1.25 inches. Score it like that. You're going to flip it around and do it again at 1.25 inches. So then you'll have two scored lines right away on the side. Then you're going to turn it this way and you're going to score it at 3 inches and 3/4. So score it at 3 3/4 inches. And then you're going to slide it over to 5 3/4 inches and score again. So the second score line is at 5 3/4 inches. You'll notice once you've done this, you will create a little tab where you have scored. And what you want to do is fold this over like this. And then you'll see those tabs a little more. And then you're just going to snip right on the scored line to create this tab. And you'll do this to both sides. And then you're going to use sticky strip. And my advice, since sticky strip is so sticky, I use a pair of scissors that are not very expensive for this. And you're just going to cut a strip of sticky strip and put it on your flap like so. And to clean your sticky strips, you can buy alcohol wipes to use on there to get rid of the stickiness. So you will have that. I'm going to peel this off and bring it up. Make sure you fold the scored lines beforehand. Don't do what I just did there. I'm going to bring this up like that, so you will have this. And then what you want to do is take some sticky strip and be generous with the sticky strip on this box, because if you put something inside there, you want it to hold together and not fall apart when you give it as a gift. So you'll have that. And peel off the backing. And fold that up like that. So you've created one side of your box. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Just peel off the backing. And I want it so it looks uniform, so I want to make sure the paper is going the same way on both sides for the folds. So I fold that in like that. And then again, add the sticky strip. And you see what happens when your scissors get gummed up there? It doesn't want to cut through there if you use it too much. So it's really nice to keep those alcohol wipes on hand. And then you're just going to fold this one up like that. Now you've created the box for the coaster. And then what you want to do next is put sticky strip on here again. And you can put as much as you want on here. The more the better, I think. Because I really don't want it to fall apart when I give it to somebody. And you will do this to both sides of your box. And then you're just going to rip the backing right off of there like that. And then you're just going to line up the bottom of your coaster with the bottom of your box with the bottom of your coaster. I'm going to turn this just a little so I can see what I'm doing here. And then lay that down. And then what I did was I flipped it over and ran my hand inside. You could use your scoring tool, the bone folder too, to help you with this. So there is your front. And then you're going to do the same thing on the back. Just place some sticky strip right on there. Rip the backing right off. Lay your next coaster right on top there, and you're going to line it up again with everything. Flip it over, run your hand inside to straighten it out, and there you go. You've created a little coaster bag box. Thank you.